Jodi and welcome to my channel. I'm really glad that you're here today. You know, sometimes when I say that, I feel like if I was on stage at a rock concert, it'd be one of those times where, you know, the singer sings the first chorus and then they stop singing and hold out the microphone. I feel like I say that so much that I'd be like, hi everyone, I'm Jodi, welcome to my channel. And you guys would all know that opening line because I say it every time. But I genuinely mean it. I'm really glad that you're here. I'm glad that your health allows you to be in a place where you can watch and enjoy some videos. I'm glad that this is content that you enjoy seeing, that you take time out of your busy day to be here. So as many times as I say it, it is never on autopilot. For this video, I decided to take all of my makeup and instead of put it in categories of lipstick, eyeliners, eyeshadows, I put it in piles, actually. Thank goodness my husband is so patient with me with these projects. I put it in piles based on brand because I don't know if there's a brand that I gravitate to more than another. I just know that for a certain lipstick, I like that brand, and that's based on color usually. If there's a foundation, I go to a couple different brands based on their coverage. But what brand do I buy the most? I didn't know, and I thought maybe you would want to know. I was surprised. Actually, if somebody would ask me this question, I would have not guessed this, but my one brand that I buy the most of anything else is Chanel. And I think part of it is because it is just such a quality product. It lasts throughout the day. Your eyeshadows are creamy and smooth. It's everything that you would want an eyeshadow to be if you were to design your own eyeshadow. The formulas are meant to last and hydrate, and many of these have a skincare element in them. The eyeliner, for example, love their liquid eyeliner. So I'm going to show you my complete Chanel collection, all of which I have used on my face today so you get a chance to see how they look. So if you're ready to go explore the world of Chanel, stick around because we're going to get right to it. Alright, first in terms of a base, Chanel does have some really good foundations. Many of you probably saw that video on their latest #1 foundation. I will link it up above if you're interested. That just did not work for me because it had such a strong scent and fragrance that it just made my eyes water. I was afraid it was going to trigger a headache for me, so I had to send that back. It was heartbreaking. Yeah, it was a little sad because I love Chanel, clearly, and I really wanted that to work. The people that can wear it, though, it's a very beautiful sheer finish, but you can build it so it looks very natural. It's not a matte drying foundation formula at all. It's really beautiful, but it does have a scent. But what I do reach for a lot is Chanel's Broad Spectrum SPF 30, and this is their Healthy Glow Moisturizing Tint. I have this on today, and I then put over it a little bit of their compact foundation, so I'll get into that in just a second. This Healthy Glow tint is a sheer foundation. This is in the color medium, and it sells for $40. And what I'll do with this is I'll just put it on the back of my hand, get a kabuki brush, dab it on, and then put this all over for just a nice, healthy, sheer glow. And then I will go back over some of my more oily areas with this Ultra Wear Flawless Compact Foundation, and this is $60. And this is in B40. And then I'll take Chanel's powder brush, which I love for this because it is tapered. Now, I don't buy a lot of their brushes just because they are more on the expensive price point, and there are some very good brands in brushes that work pretty darn close to this. BK Brushes is one of my go-tos, but I love this one because of how tapered it is. And I'll just get a little bit of that, and this is more summertime, and I'll just tap that in the areas where I tend to get a little more on the oily side. And this just gives a little extra coverage without looking cakey. And I try to leave like my cheeks not powdered on both sides, obviously. Do I really need to say that? No, I powder one side. I try to leave my cheeks unpowdered, and I just lightly powder where I tend to get a little shiny, usually that T-zone area. This has worked really well for that. Some people can wear this just by itself. I just haven't because I'm not just a pure powder foundation person. And all these products will be linked in the description box below in case you want to pick any of them up. I'd love to know what is your most commonly used brand if you were to look at all your products, and I didn't know what my answer would be. Next, in terms of blushes, I love Chanel, and I'm not a big powder blush person, but I do like this one, especially again in summer because it's just such a nice soft look. In fact, I don't have any on today. I wanted to put it on with you guys. This is their Rose Bronze, and this is $45. It's just such a perfectly peachy but yet soft pink color. One of the things I love about this is how sheer it goes on, so that if you're using more of a sheer base or foundation, then just a little bit of this is is plenty, or you can certainly build it if you wanted to build it. But you can see it's just a nice, very soft, natural pink. If you wanted to bronze a little bit with blush like people are doing, this would be a really easy one to do that with because, again, of how buildable it is. It's just one of my favorite go-to blushes. I think I've hit pan on 2 of these. This is a fairly new one. And just when you see people with that really pretty blush look, it's just, but just barely there, but there enough. That's what I love about this one. Okay, I could sit and blush all day, but let us move on to eyeshadow. So in terms of eyeshadow, I have 2 palettes that I reach for more than others. This is the quad eyeshadow, and this is in Tess, I think it is, TISSE Essential. And what I love about this is they're all borderline matte. There's no sparkly, glittery ones in this color, and it's what I have on today with just a touch of the next one that I'm going to tell you about. But this is $62. That's very pricey, I know, for an eyeshadow. But the colors, the pigmentation is very good. The payout is very good. There's little to zero fallout. And my eyeshadow will look like this all day. So while I'm not trying to justify the price of $62, I don't work for Chanel. I'm not trying to justify the price. That's what their price is. But this is one of those investment pieces that when I really need to take it up a notch, or it's date night, or I'm going to be attending a friend's wedding and I just want to look extra special and I'm going to have to do my makeup several hours before the event, and I want that color to be just as good in hour 5 and hour 6 on my eyes as it was when I put it on. Can't beat these Chanel eyeshadows. The other one that I love, this is their Healthy Glow eyeshadow. This is $65. This is in warm. There's a cooler one and a lighter toned, and they're very pretty. I have this sparkly color on my lids today just to add a little bit of a kick and to go along with some of that highlighter that I'm going to put on in a second and some of my lip gloss. So love their eyeshadows. Again, creamy, very good payout. You can't go wrong with a Chanel eyeshadow except for in your checkbook, but we're not talking about that today. Now, if you prefer a cream eyeshadow, I've talked about this one before. This is their Scintillance. I think that's how you say it, Scintillance. And I love this one because, first of all, I would put it on with a synthetic brush. You can see how pretty that is. It's just a very, once again, peachy. It just goes so nice with that blush and the highlighter that we haven't quite got to. And then the nail polish. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. I really love this color. Again, it's just a nice creamy eyeshadow if you like cream. It's easy to apply, especially with a synthetic brush. And you can just, I'm just gonna put a little bit in so you can just get a sense for how well that color payout is. Now, I will say if I'm gonna use this, if I'm gonna use this as a cream eyeshadow, I'll go in first with this Healthy Glow to give my eyelids a neutral color and take down some of the purpley veins in my eyelids, so that this has a better opportunity to get a true color payout. And then after I apply this, I'll go in with just a light touch of this compact foundation over it to just set it, but give it, again, sort of a warm neutral tone, and it doesn't take away the sparkle from the cream. It just sets it, and I just press it in so that I can press that powder into, you know, those little lines that we have. So let me do this side before I forget, and yeah, go the rest of my day, and one of my eyes looks a little crazy. You can see how just a nice, natural, healthy glow. You could also use this as a cream highlighter and just very lightly touch on your cheekbones. You could also put it in the center of your lips to give it a little bit more of that ombre dewy look. Makes your lips look a little more plump in the center wherever there's more light than the rest. So this is a good product all the way around. Very multi-use, which is, you guys watch this channel long enough, you know I like a value. And if I can get more than one reason to use something, it's gonna move up in my top priorities to purchase list. Now let's make our way to lips. You guys, I just recently highlighted this Peachy Nude lip liner. I love this lip liner because it's, well, yes, it's Peachy Nude. It just goes so well with, one of these days I'm gonna stop being so matchy-matchy. Well, that's probably not true. I don't know that I could do that. Do you guys match your stuff together? I just can't live in that very colorful, carefree world. I admire it. I am envious of it. My brain just doesn't allow me to do that. You can just see how well this Peachy Nude lip liner goes with that blush that we just put on. I love those two together. And if you pair these up with that Healthy Glow eyeshadow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And if you pair it up with that Healthy Glow eyeshadow, even better. And I mean, throw in the nail polish. I mean, just, it's perfection. You could pair that Peachy Nude with this Soft Rose. This is in Chanel's Dual Lip Color. You've got the lip gloss on one side and then this lipstick, if you will, on the other side. These are more of a matte. I mean, but isn't that, it's so pretty. I won't pick up the blush and the eyeshadow again. That soft rose is too light for you. They do have this chic rosewood, and this is in a nice, pretty burgundy type color. This will go really nice on darker skin tones as well as a day to evening look if you have lighter skin tones, and these are $42 each. Now, while matte lipsticks can be a little bit drying, I do have a Chanel lipstick that is very, very hydrating, and this is the Rouge Coco in 402 Adrienne. When I put this on, and I am a Tom Ford lover when it comes to lipsticks. In fact, when I put this collection together by brand, the Tom Ford stuff was one foundation and a whole bunch of lipsticks and a couple eyeshadows. But I was surprised how many lip products between Clé de Peau and Tom Ford that I've just purchased recently that I am in love with. But this is in, like I said, Adrienne. It's a little bit darker than I wanted for my look today, but it's a really pretty fall color. I think it would look really nice on a lot of different skin tones. I'm probably gonna regret doing this with a white jacket on, but it's just so creamy to put on, you guys. When you put this on, it just feels very silky and creamy. That's the best way to explain it. I'm gonna go wipe this off because if I don't, yeah, really not a good, I shouldn't have done that. What was I thinking? Oh, I feel much better about that. All right, next is the multi-glow stick, multi-use glow stick. This is in Sculpting. Love, love, love this color. You guys, I've highlighted this one before. This is just a very nice creamy highlighter, and it's definitely multi-use. Now, when I first bought this, I took it back to Nordstrom and said, I think I need to return this. And she asked me why it was one of their best sellers. I said, because it's a hard formula. I felt like I was moving my foundation or my blush or whatever I had put underneath this first when I was using it. And she said, don't put it directly on your skin. Use your finger and get it. You'll see it'll get a little bit warm and melt onto your finger, which it absolutely does. I don't think that'll pick up on camera, but hopefully it does. And once it melts to your finger, then it's much more easier to work with, and you just put it right where you want it. Now, I have used this for eyeshadow. I've used this, and by eyeshadow, I mean just to go right around the high point of my brow bone. I've used this as highlighter right through the center of my forehead. I've used it as highlighter on the tip of my nose. I've probably used it around my lips, but I don't remember doing that, but I don't know why I wouldn't have. It just blends in so nicely that it melts into your skin as effectively as it melts onto your finger when you apply it. So if you decide to get one of these, and you guys, I don't travel without this. I rarely do my makeup without this. And I have a lot of different highlighters that I purchase, and this is the one I love, and I go back to it because of how effortlessly it goes on, but how effortlessly it looks once it's on. I think that's the best way to articulate it. It blends, the edges of where you put it blend and sort of melt so that there's not a line. Like you can't see where the highlighter stops and where it starts. I like that in a makeup look, so it all just sort of blends together. Love this stuff. So if anybody from Chanel is watching, please don't discontinue this. Please, I beg of you. I beg of you. All right, next is an eyeliner. Now, I am always searching for a very good, fine liquid eyeliner so that I can perfect a maturely modified version of a cat eye. There's some beautiful cat eye techniques all over TikTok, Instagram, social media, you name it. But on our more mature eyes, mine specifically, I just don't think that look is good for me because I can paint stuff this way all I want, but the skin's still gonna come this way. So I want something where I can really fine tune, get in there and get a nice sharp line. And so I used, again today, this black eyeliner by Chanel. This is their Signature de Chanel in black, or in Noir, I think they call it, and it's number 10. Now the thing to note is when you get this, it comes in almost 2 parts. And what I mean by that is inside the box will be the cartridge that you need inside of here, and then you need to put it in. Now the lady at Nordstrom's nice enough to put it in for me, so I don't even know how to show you how to do that because she always just opens the box and put it in there. But just know that if you get home and you're like, gosh, there's nothing in it, there is a cartridge inside the box. And this eyeliner is $35 if I didn't already say. Now, if you are more of a powder highlighter person, then you might really like Chanel's powder highlighter. It's not really powder, it's more like silk. It's a silk highlighter. If you could have a highlighter in silky fabric or those silky pillowcases that you lay your head on at night, that's what this feels like when it goes on. I'm gonna digress for 1 second and then I'm gonna move on. This is probably gonna be a teaser for the upcoming video because this is like top of my list. If you are marketing your makeup and your cosmetics and your wellness and your beauty products to the more mature 40 plus demographic, awesome. We appreciate the specialized attention to developing products that will work on our unique skin. However, those of us that are moving through that phase of life, our eyesight does not continue to be that of when we were 20. So to make products for mature women and make the print be as small as you could possibly get it to print is just, I don't get it. I don't get it. We need large print. We need large print with the cosmetics that work so well on our more mature skin. Right? Am I right? Totally. All right, we're moving on. I could not complete my Chanel collection without my favorite long-wearing nail polish, which is in the color Ballerina. I mean, I could go back. It could, I mean, look, everything, it all matches. It matches. Everything matches. I also noticed that I have a lot of pale pink nail polishes. Probably 12, which is ridiculous. They all look very nude pink, but this is my favorite because it doesn't chip and it still looks shiny at the end of the day. I do not have it on today, which I should have, just so you guys can see it. It's probably not a true color anyway if I was to put over my white nails, but it's just a very pretty, natural, matches everything. There I go with the word matching again. One of these days I'm going to show up with really wild, colorful... No, I'm not. Anyway, love this, love this. This is $30. So that does it for me, you guys. I would love to know what brand you use the most of that maybe you didn't even realize until you sort of gathered them by brands. It's a really fun thing to do. Probably would have been more fun when we were all in lockdown, and now when it's summer and things to do outside, not the best time to do it. But I'm curious, what is the brand that you reach for the most? If you like this video, please be sure to share it with your friends, family, anybody else that is a Chanel lover or lover of makeup in general. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.